Ironically.
Do I have hair on me?
Yeah, it's all over your face. Yeah, it's on your... Yeah, you literally have hair all over your face. It's your beard, mustache, eyebrows.
I'm grabbing that.
I'm not sure if you're taking a hat off. I don't know what you're doing. You're like, and my memory goes with it. Like, I'll this over the pensive.
I was gonna say that. It's my wand.
I think you did that. What movie were you doing?
Let's take a bags and get you checked into first class.
We can't afford this. So your family is rich?
We're comfortable.
That is exactly what a super rich person would say.
Welcome to This Time with Dylan and Shahbaz. Today we're talking about Crazy Rich Asians. But before we talk about that,
Shay bought a new shirt finally.
let's talk about the shirt.
The shirt that you're wearing is of Frank Ocean.
Franklin Oceani, I believe is his full Latin name. And the reason why I'm wearing it is because in the last freaking 5 videos, I've been wearing the same shirt, and it was only by accident. I just want to make it clear.
Don't swear in front of Ferris Bueller. Okay?
I apologize.
It's okay. So today we're going to be talking about Crazy Rich Asians.
We're also in a new location. Can we talk about that?
Crazy Rich Asians, the movie,
Yes,
based on the book.
with the same name, I believe.
It makes sense.
The same name.
That makes sense.
Written by this person. Oh, great person. I like this person.
They're really nice.
Yeah. And
They
it
make great
stars Constant Wu, Henry Golding,
Michelle Yeoh,
Yeoh.
Ken Jeong, Awkwafina. This is probably the best looking cast ever assembled.
Yeah, it's a really good. It's like I guess the who's who of the Asian film world. I guess you could say.
And it's cool. Like this entire cast is entirely made up of Asian actors and actresses, and that's awesome to see. I think this is the first studio film ever assembled that way.
Yeah, and here's what's interesting about this film. It doesn't feel like a typical Hollywood movie.
No.
It really felt like it was from Asia. The whole film takes place in Singapore, and it's this great story of class struggle and family and how they kind of mesh.
Yeah, and it definitely
mesh.
has like those moments that I guess what our North American moviegoers are more familiar with a girl having to meet the guy side of the family for the first time, maybe the guy not being honest about everything on his side of what he has to deal with, things like that. So basically the premise of this movie is Constant Wu going over to meet Henry Golding's family.
Yeah.
And he's basically a step below royalty because they
Pretty
are
much.
so rich.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But the best part about this film is throughout the whole experience, you're not weighed down by these heavy emotional scenes or these dramatic scenes that are just like weighing down on you. Like this whole film has a great pulse, a great pace, and it's just kind of like taking you for this ride through Constance Wu's. It's hard to say her name, by the way.
It is a little bit.
It's a little. She needs to pick a new name.
I don't
Just
think we
I
can.
don't know if she
I
can.
don't think we have that kind of power.
We don't
yet.
have that kind of power.
Yeah.
But it's through her eyes, and you're just kind of taken for this ride, and the whole time we're looking at each other just like, I'm having fun. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
She's a professor, so she's still pretty
she's
high
smart.
up there.
Yeah, she's smart.
And
She got the brains.
She got the brains.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know really much about his family. She goes for a wedding to one of his best friends, and turns out that he's super rich and living this amazing life. But then comes the struggle of like family dynamics and class and all that.
Yeah.
But I think what I liked about this film is that it, and we discussed in the car, it has a pulse, but at no point is it like extremely dramatic that you feel like, oh my god, the weight of this film is crushing me.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with this movie is, I guess, because we're so used to North American films where, you know, when you're meeting the in-laws type character, and it always feels like every single moment has to be this giant dramatic action that's happening.
Yeah.
And this movie just felt very real.
Yeah.
Constance Wu felt very natural in her reactions to things and how a real person would deal with it. Sorry, I didn't mean to stab you with my thumb there.
Rude, but we'll live.
Well, what could you do? You could definitely tell that this movie was based on a book, just because there are some moments in this movie that get a little bit more time than you kind of feel that they need.
Yeah.
While there's other, I guess, subplots happening that you wish you had more information, more depth to them. And there are payoffs to them, but sometimes those payoffs just come a little bit too easy. Or too fast, I should say. Not too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole film, I think, as a whole, it's a great time. It's a lot of fun, and we saw this on a packed Friday night.
Yeah.
And it was great to see such an awesome audience because they were really having fun with the film.
Yeah.
That even moments of emotion, there was a lady crying so hard
Yeah.
that she was rows ahead of us.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad. I was like,
I felt
I thought
that
she was being
secondhand
wrong, maybe.
sadness, and honestly, it's such. And it wasn't like a sad part of the movie. She was
No,
crying either.
it was a beautiful part
It
of
was
the
a
film.
beautiful moment in the movie, and she's just sobbing, and that actually leads to before the movie as well too. This is the first movie in a long time that we actually had to line up for.
Yeah, we haven't lined
You
up
know?
for a movie in a while.
Like, not to sound like first world problems or anything like that.
That's not like we weren't peasants, but
yeah, but not like or like for a screening or anything like that. This
Right.
was just a regular Friday night, and this movie was packed.
Packed.
And it was great seeing that, like especially when it comes to the end of August and we get movies like Mile
Mile
22.
22.
Watch our review of that right here somewhere.
I'd say like with this dry August that we're having right now,
Yeah.
go check it out. Like have fun with your family. Go take a loved one. Go take your family, whoever.
Yeah. It's definitely a family movie. It's
Yeah.
definitely a family movie or a movie that you go with your significant other to go see. It's a really good time. We recommend it. That was this time.
And we'll see you next.
Back in our old location. Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
We're
Maybe a different shirt too. I don't even know. I only have 2 shirts.
We'll see what's in the budget.
A little too much.
Yeah, so I guess like you could definitely tell that this movie is based.
They're here.
The cricket is back.
The cricket's back.